safety, because you can see in 55 seconds they're going to have to move, so they need to kind of assess how they want to approach this next circle here. Need to work together, get as much utility as possible, and then decide which area of Lava Siphon they are going to be pushing towards. Because if you do leave yourself a little bit too vulnerable to the opening round, you're going to be hit by all sorts of nades, ultimates, and all of the good stuff.
Fenerbahce Esports, second place in game number 1. They're looking to make a move up onto the high ground here. It's going to be going down, nothing quite hit these yet. Going to be using a lot of utility, but unfortunately that utility is just going to be decoration on the floor. It's not going to be doing too much damage as the Caustic ult really is not positioned where they would have wanted it to, as we now move back over to New Esports. They're under the breach for now, but we did see that funky zone pull, and that means that they're not going to be safe. They're going to have to keep moving towards that zone. We're going to see it close in around 6 seconds time.
Top Dogs eliminating 15th, but they did pick up that 1 point for placement, of course. Fenerbahce in a little bit of a sticky situation, but with that zone moving in, that might just take away some of the pressure from them, because everyone's going to be looking at all the teams that are coming from the outside of the circle, and they may not get focused on. Just the caustic gas is enough to keep teams at bay, ensure they're not going to be pushed on. Kungana, though, pretty good high ground at the moment, can watch both sides, and they can do a lot of damage here. Potential KP as this circle comes in.
GAME-2's got a lot of ammo to work with as well in that scout, and usually towards the end game it does become a little bit of a concern, you know, making sure that you've got the ammo for those end fights. But with Graceful with the wingman in his hand and almost 160 shots as well, they're going to be able to rain down damage as he does 71 headshot, but not able to get that knock. However, JMW does manage to get it. There's a black hole though, and Graceful going to be forced into a void, and that is once again underrated, bringing Horizon back into fashion.
Not just the Horizon, but the fuse alongside it. I don't think the Kungana know what just hit them. They panicked, they tried to escape, but Jesus Christ, they just got absolutely obliterated. 12 squads remain. Fenerbahce are sat laughing from down below, saying, well, we're pretty glad we didn't push up there now, because Underrated have taken that spot. And I'll tell you what, I'm loving these different compositions, because it really does show if you play it right, you can pick up some huge kills.
I'm going to name that one the B-52 Bomber. That is the craziest kind of push I've seen. That's a black hole followed up by fuse ult, followed up by nades. I mean, everything basically thrown, and there's not much you can do about it. To be honest with you there, if you are Kungana, they probably thought, and I probably thought, and Dan, I don't want to put words in your mouth, you probably thought as well, Kungana in one of the best positions to hold down, but that has been completely turned on its head now. Our first place team from game number 1, Underrated up on top, and below them, Fenerbahce Esports. They finished in second.
A pattern that seems to be emerging already. Just in game 2, this is exactly what Underrated did in game 1. They took the higher ground off Alliance, they took the higher ground in the final circle as well, and they've done it the same just here. Fuse being a real nuisance, and I would not want to be the team down here, because you're about to get absolutely slam-dizzled by all these grenades, all this utility that K-Swinny has to offer. Okay, they back off ever so slightly for now, but with the circle closing in 5 seconds, I think this is about to get pretty sticky between these two teams, we'll put it that way.
I just feel a little bit here for Fenerbahce Esports, but I'll tell you what, interesting play here coming in from Underrated, showing the utility that they do have available. Valkyrie ult is going to be used, waiting a few seconds to make sure they're in enough cover, and this is the difficult part sometimes when you decide to use that skyward dive. Can you find a position where you're not going to get shot on the way up? Well, getting shot on the way up is one thing, getting shot inside this trailer is another, as we're going to see New Esports struggling a little bit here, as Alliance are getting the better of them, holding down that ground and holding down those kills.
Look at this position Underrated have just managed to get. They're above Alliance now, but you've just got absolutely beamed from the skies. Underrated don't know what hit them. They're on the receiving end of it now. Alliance holding strong in this trailer. This is where the Caustic really pays off. Fife's just about alive right now, but Alliance seem to have held off the bombardment.
Should be able to get the reset as well. Bombardment going down as I say that though. Here comes Fenerbahce Esports trying to move in. Keep your eyes on that feed as well to see if your favorite team is surviving or if they are dying. That will be Fenerbahce eliminated. 7 squads now remaining.
Much better from Alliance though. They had a real tough task there to bat away 2, 3, maybe even 4 teams. Without the caustic gas, I would assume they were going to be eliminated there. But they did enough to block out that trailer, ensure no one could easily push in. They avoided grenades. They were baiting and switching successfully, allowing the other player to heal up whilst they put covering fire. Everything was perfect there from Alliance. Very different to what we saw from them in Game 1. They didn't really get the chance to even show us that in Game 1 because they were surprised by Underrated. But we're down now to just 6. So Dungeon Masters do find themselves in a nice spot with high ground right now, but in 8 seconds, this last and final circle is going to start to creep in.
Looky here, got a bandit.
See the team just posturing up at the moment. Everybody looking for an opportunity for damage to be done and to take advantage of that. But for now, it's about the IGL. It's about planning that next move. One thing that Alliance have on their side, as well as that gold bag that's just been picked up here by Vibes, is the fact they have that bubble to use. They have the Gibraltar. They can move forward. They can move across open ground and be able to reset if they do take that damage.
Oh, that's a lot of damage, though, that has been done. Yuki will go down, but at least they have the bubble. There is the chance at the res if they want to go for it, and they do have that gold backpack that was just passed over. So fantastic timing, great micromanagement of just what you're going to have in your inventory. But Dungeon Masters are just watching everything unfold for now, but they don't want to draw too much attention to themselves because they're going to have to jump off this building in a minute, and they could be very much drilled by 3 or 4 teams all looking towards them. But at the moment, all the focus seems to be on Alliance.
Alliance is all about survival. Now they're going to have to move out into that high ground. They're going to be dodging and diving and just hoping other teams take damage before they do. Not sure if they've got the bubble available, otherwise Vibes wouldn't be popping it. Vibes is down to about 10 HP. The Gibraltar, it's a matter of time for them. But the seconds tick over on that timer, meaning they have the bubble to survive for now, and that could be the difference between 6th place, 5th place, or even better here for Alliance.
Odin Gamers down to just 2, Invictus lost 1 as well. Alliance now only 1, Yuki being the last remaining player. Carnage unfolding here. 4 players, 4 teams, 3 teams make it, and now Kick probably going to go out in 3rd place. Everyone just trying to do what they can with damage here and there.
Blast is going nutty as well with the Kraber in the feed. I just saw that pop up, but here comes Kick Esports now. Peacekeeper in the hands, and it will be Dungeon Masters who are holding that high ground for so long, who managed to convert game number 2 into a win. But that was a carnage-filled endgame there. I want to see the highlights from the Kraber, to be honest with you, because there was some nutty stuff happening, but the high ground reigns supreme once again, as you will see. Dungeon Masters taking home